While ropes, chainsaws and wood chippers normally lead the way, last year's ARB Show had a very different star. Meet Sika, the UK's only decay-detecting dog working in tree care.
Well done, there you go. There you go.
Sika, a border collie working with Crown Tree Consultancy, has been trained to identify a wide range of pathogens, including Maripulus giganteus, and for many, she will have been their first introduction into the possibility of using dogs to detect decay. And as her owner Ivan Button explained, she is already producing some fantastic results.
I decided I wanted to get another dog, and I thought to myself, I can't take a dog to work and I can't leave a dog at home. Oh, if only there was a use for a dog in my job. And then I just sort of had this idea, well, is it possible you could have a sniffer dog to detect pests or diseases or decay in trees? I looked into it. There'd been a bit of research in the 1960s in Sweden, not much had come from that. They use them to detect decay, dry rot in National Trust houses, but that's pretty easy, dry rot in a house, and also decay in telegraph poles in Sweden. Again, relatively simple. I wasn't sure if this was going to work or not, but I tried it. I went on some courses, I YouTubed it, Googled it, learnt how to train a sniffer dog, did it myself, so there's no professional dog handler in here or anything like that. And yeah, you see the results for yourself, she's fantastic.
While another decay-detecting mutt can be found in Taiwan, Sika is more of a generalist than that dog, with a nose for just about anything that can latch onto a tree. She's part of a recent trend that's seen dogs used in similar circumstances, including a scheme by National Highways that saw hounds locate Japanese knotweed at the roadside.
But I do use it in specific circumstances. If I've got an old beech, for example, and it looks healthy enough, but I just want her opinion. If she sniffs around the bottom of it and has a proper good sniff, and then she moves on, I can be reasonably confident that there's no Maripulus giganteus attacking that tree. But if she goes mad on that tree and she will concentrate on a particular place, if she's really going for it there, what I do is I actually take her away and we sniff some other trees and I bring her back an hour later, and if she's still doing it, then I've got all the more confidence, and then I know there's something going on there she can smell, and I can excavate, I've got to do the investigation. It might be a small pocket of decay, it might not be life-threatening to the tree. I've got to do the investigation, but she helps.
As for the future, Ivan is convinced detector dogs should be playing a role in protecting the UK's woodlands from pests and diseases by conducting checks at the border.
We really should be using detector dogs for that, because we're importing all these pests and diseases. We've got a man or a woman with a clipboard in a warehouse full of packing crates, potentially with beetles in, or soil with pests in, and people are just signing it off. They're not getting properly tested, or it's extremely expensive to do that testing. Whereas you could send a couple of dogs up and down the aisles in a warehouse, and they would be better than Sika. I'm not a professional dog trainer, professional dog handler, and I don't train her day in and day out. If she had that kind of level of training, she would be even better than she is. So I would imagine a well-trained dog searching for specific insects, Asian longhorn beetle for example, would run into a warehouse, run up and down, and they would pick up the scent and they would take a person to it, they would identify it.
If Sika is anything to go by, it's hard to argue that using dogs to detect decay is anything other than a positively good idea.
Yeah. That's the only reason. Any